But in the meantime, my apologies for not being able to speak in German. Germany has always been a very beautiful and advanced and civilized country right from the beginning of my childhood. Because our family used to come to Germany about 70 years ago. And most of them were professors, doctors, architects in Germany. And my impression of the Afghans coming from Germany has been very advanced, civilized, very serious, well-presented, more polite, and so many other great qualities. Interestingly enough, I have noticed these qualities among Afghans who have been in Germany after Soviet's invasion in Afghanistan, that the German Afghans who are in Germany have got those qualities more than any other Afghan in other countries. So I'm really pleased that the Afghans living here are affected and influenced by great civilized values of this beautiful country, whose philosophy, rationality, logic is an international phenomenon who has been glorified by so many people who are intellectuals and enlightened persons. We thank you very much for giving asylum and shelter for the refugees, for the destitute, not only for the Afghans and millions of other people. As a matter of fact, you are nice enough by not generalizing those extremist elements in the Muslim world and still admitting refugees from the Muslim countries. This is what exactly Quran also says, that not everybody among the people of the books are the same. There are people among the Jews and Christians who wake up at the middle of the night and they offer prayers and they are doing good deeds and they prohibit people to do bad things and they are very speedy in doing the right thing. So in other words, Quran also glorifies and admires the people of the book in so many other verses that it has been even said that the closest people to the Muslims are those who say that we are Christians. Why? Because their clergies and their monks are not arrogant. This lack of arrogance is the key to understanding, the key to bring more friendship. I would like to especially talk about the fact that, yes, we share so many common grounds and friendship comes through similarities. We are similar in the fact that we belong to the same family of Adam and Eve. We are similar in the sense that we are the children of Abraham. The word Abraham means father of nations. And we are human beings, as we all know, and these elements, these similar qualities should be enough to make us more friendly, and we realize this reality in this beautiful country. The problem is lack of contact, lack of communication. The moment when there is contact and communication, there is more understanding and friendship. Like Goethe, a great minister, poet, wonderful person in the Western world, he used to learn so many languages, including Arabic, and studied Islam and Persian literature. And he was very much pro the Eastern culture, specifically very affirmative and supportive of Islam and Prophet Muhammad. So much so that he said that if Islam means submission to God, I am Muslim. I would like to say the same thing about René Descartes, the French philosopher, who said that so far Christianity has convinced me. If there is a religion in Persia, and if it convinced me, I accept it as a religion. And then the Islamic scholar says that Descartes is a Muslim. Not a Muslim with the traditional, conventional, classic meaning of the word. It means submitter to the truth. All of us are submitters of the truth. You don't have to fast, go to the Hajj, and you don't have to be a typical Muslim. As long as we are submitter to the truth, we are all Muslims. And not only that, according to Anwar Shamil, the professor of Germany who went to Turkey, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and so many other Muslim countries, and learned so many languages, including Pashto and Persian. She went and she was kind enough to go and establish contact, and then she wrote many books about Islam and Prophet Muhammad, and she even wrote in her will that when I die, write this sentence on my tomb, and it is written on her tomb, stone tomb. People are asleep. Once they die, they will become awakened. So this is because of the contact, communication, that there is deep understanding. Not only that, Voltaire, the French scholar, made mockery of Prophet Muhammad in a drama in France. But when people, some scholars criticized him, that how come you criticize such a great person? He regretted his previous position, and he was admiring the Prophet in the very deep sense of the word. By the same token, Pope John Paul II, in his book, Crossing the Threshold of Hope, he admires these beautiful names of Allah, God, and he is kind enough to admit and admire something from another religion. That's what we need, that kind of attitude. The current Pope of our time, which I was lucky enough to visit him in Vatican about 6 months ago, he even went to Sistani and visited him. His humbleness, lack of arrogance. This is what we need: contact, communication, and courtesy, and reading each other's books and literature. By doing so, we come to a very beautiful perspective. Last but not least, there is a belief that how can we perfect our wisdom? How can we complete our wisdom? And I say that because Germany is especially known for its rationality, philosophy, so much so that in lots of years, Germany published the highest number of books in philosophy in the world. Okay, that's a great quality of Germany. So, according to the Prophet of Islam, he says your wisdom doesn't reach perfection unless anybody that you see, you should regard him or her as a better person than yourself and as a more pious person than yourself. On the basis of this perspective, I should regard every single of you, all attendances, everybody, every single person is better than myself, then my wisdom become perfect. Not only better, but even more pious. So this is the perspective of Islam, that everybody should be regarded as a better person, and on the basis of that notion, that perspective, we come together. There is understanding. There is something more than tolerance, because tolerance is great, but in tolerance there is an element of dislike. But in believing supremacy of others, you think that other person is better than me. This is what we need. And this is partially practiced in here. I don't claim that I have reached to that level of perfection and maturity, but that is my objective. I try hard to reach to that degree. And the basis for this saying of Prophet Muhammad is these two justifications. One is that Allah, God, has sent two kinds of prophets: external and internal. External are Adam and Abraham and Moses and Muhammad and Jesus. These are external proofs. The internal proof is wisdom. So everybody has wisdom. This is one justification. The other justification is we all enjoy innate. We all enjoy innate. Innate means nature. Our innate is the same. Our true innate fitra, which is difficult to describe it in English, is the same. We all have the same essence as a human being. And that's why on the basis of those common grounds, which brings friendship, we live together. And on the basis of that kind of common grounds, we unite, we establish friendship and kindness, and on the basis of that notion, we have this kind of party. And I hope and I pray that Germany is regarded as a role model for all other countries. And of course, I'm not saying this country is the best or perfect, but it is going towards perfection. Because remember, the 12 stars in the European Union flag means perfect government. 12 means represent perfect government. And in our religion also, we have the 12 imams, like the 12, which has a very deep roots in Greece, Egyptian, Indian, Judaism, and Christian tradition. So on the basis of that notion, we all move towards a perfect government, and by doing so, we will establish a perfect wisdom that anybody should regard anybody else as a better person, and by doing so, we will beautify the environment. Last but not least, the extremists are the people who are immature and uneducated about our religion. And by, inshallah, more education about science and social science and divine knowledge, we come together and establish more friendship. I hope you enjoy the party, and thank you very much for your coming, and I hope to see you again.